My name is Jana, and you're watching Finnish Knitting Stories, episode number 57. Welcome. Today is Friday, 17th of February. Already, yeah, crazy, time flies. And I'm coming to you from Finland. We are in my creative space, a bit different background today. I decided to change it up. And it's also very overcast day today, so more light in this corner. So, yeah. This is a place where I chat about my crafts, mostly knitting, sometimes crochet. Not today. Not today, though. And I missed the podcast last week. We were unwell. I was very sick, but we will talk about it at the end of this during our knit and chat. So let's talk about knitting. How have you been? What have you been knitting, crafting, crocheting? I don't know, whatever else is on your mind right now. And yeah, I just wanted to say that I missed you very much and I'm glad to be back. A bit pale, a bit shaky, but already vertical. Good news. And can't wait to talk to you and tell you about all the things I've been up to for these past almost 2 weeks. Yeah. So I have a few finished objects, surprisingly, even though I was so sick that I could not knit for a few days. But while our little one was unwell, I had a lot of knitting time because I stayed at home with her and took care of her. And when she was sleeping, I was knitting. So let's talk about that then. Let's begin traditionally with the finished objects. Here is one. It's big. It's black and it's very, very woolly, and you probably recognize my BBR. Boring basic raglan. It's ready. It's done. Yeah. It's very, very, very long. I don't know. I got distracted and I just carried on knitting, and it's almost like a dress, tunic length kind of thing. It's longer than I wanted, but it's lovely and warm and cozy. And I took a video of me wearing this a while ago, but I will insert it somewhere here, or at the end you will see me wearing this. A little bit of forest fashion show traditionally, probably at the end. So what could I tell you about this? I didn't use any pattern. It's basic raglan. I know my stitches for the DK weight yarn, kind of DK worsted. This is Letloppi, colors number 0005, which is heather black, and I don't know. It's very warm. And why I knit this? I knit it to wear it with my marled mania leggings that I knit earlier. If you're a returning viewer, you have seen them before, and they are lovely. I love my marled mania leggings by Stephen West, and I knit them. You probably know, but you will see me wearing this with the leggings, and that was the whole point of knitting this sweater. Otherwise, I would never knit a basic black sweater because I don't have one in my wardrobe, and I did not think I need one up until I knit the leggings because nothing else worked with them. So, and this is actually lovely. This is very warm and nice, and we have the weather for it. I can go for a walk in it. I can walk with the dog, I can go skiing, I can do a lot of things wearing this sweater, or just shovel the snow. And I don't wear a jacket over this, I just wear an underlayer, usually like a merino underlayer, and then this on top, and I'm good. I'm good to go, because Icelandic wool is magic. It holds the heat and it holds the moisture on top, and you're all warm and cozy. That yarn is wonderful for your outdoorsy winter knits. It's a bit too hot to be worn inside. I can't wear this inside, so I'm mostly wearing it outside. Except when it's very cold in the house. Okay, then I can wear it inside, but usually not. And I used quite a lot of yarn. I ended up using... I had it written down somewhere. I don't know. Where do I have my notes? This thing weighs 630 grams of yarn. I started it with the leftovers from my husband's sweater. I bought too much last time, and then I had to get some more because it's long. It's a big sweater. And then somebody asked a question about the difference between all the sweaters that basically look the same, basic Raglan sweaters. What's the difference? Why am I using certain pattern and not another one? And yeah, there are a lot of patterns out there that give you almost same looking result. But the thing is, when you find the one that really fits your body, you usually stick to it. And I like Lento Sweater by Jonna Hietala, but that one has quite a loose gauge, big needles. It's not gonna work for all the yarns, but something with mohair probably will, some fluffier yarns or some thicker yarns. And then the other one that fits me very well is No Frills Sweater by Petite Knit. And what's the difference between all of them? First of all, there are some slight difference in construction. Usually in the short rows. It depends how they are placed. Some of them go just on the back, some of them come into the shoulders, like in the arms, and some of them go all the way to the front. You turn here, and it will give you different neckline, it will give you different fit on the back, and it's all very individual. You just need to find the one that works for you. If you're bustier, you probably need a bit more fabric in front as well. And if you have a smaller bust, then yeah, I don't know, maybe you have a longer back or smaller bust or wider shoulders, and then you need to find that perfect stitch count that works for you. And I know many patterns look same, and I don't usually buy basic Raglan patterns. I have a lot in the books and in the magazines. I just use something from there, or in this case I did not use any. I just knit. I just went with the flow and knit from a feeling, and yeah, it turned out very, very well. It's big, it's oversized, and I love it. Am I digressing? I think my brain still feels a bit mushy. I hope this all makes sense today. You'll have to excuse me if it doesn't. I'll probably find out when editing. Okay, that's my first finished object. What else? What else have I lately finished? Where do I put it? Yeah, I need a pair of socks for my husband. I started them as a gift for Valentine's Day, but I did not finish on time, and it doesn't really matter. I will show them to you. Anyways, I wanted to grab the yarn that I used, the leftover, but oh well. They have not been blocked yet. I have not managed because I just finished them recently. I have a sock blocker here. If I could put one on. Not prepared. Not prepared. Bad podcaster. Yeah, that's better. So I need him a very basic DK weight socks because I was very realistic with my time frame. So I decided to go DK. I did not have a suitable DK weight yarn, so I pulled 2 balls of Katya Sock Camel in 2 different shades of gray. One was warmer, one was cooler, and then I just put them together and I got this beautiful marled gray. Because I knew and he needs a DK weight socks because he has boots and he needs a new pair of boot socks, and yeah. He prefers the thicker socks in his boots just to keep his feet warm. And this yarn is lovely because it has wool, nylon, and camel. So camel gives extra warmth, and they will get a bit fuzzier when I block them. I think the yarn itself is discontinued. I bought it when they were discontinuing it. I think they have not brought it back, and it's a lovely yarn. I have a couple of beige balls left in my stash, and this was a very, very deep stash. I didn't use any pattern for these, but this stitch you can find at the Petty Harbor sock pattern. It's a fingering weight, but you just adjust the stitch count and you can use it for DK as well. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. I don't remember the designer, but it's on the screen. I have knit these before in a fingering weight, so I knew what I'm doing, so I just used the textured stitch pattern from that sock, and I added a little bit of neon for a pop of color. I think a lot of people are doing this now. I just felt like I need a little something, not to give him a a basic pair of gray socks, and it will be popping out of the boot very nicely. I think Crazy Sock Lady started doing that, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure who was the first, but it's cute. It's cute. Yeah. So, pair of socks for hubby. They will be nicer once I block them. And that sock blocker is a bit too small for the sock, but you get the idea. And yeah, it's a great way to stash bust. And if you need a DK weight and you don't have it, just put 2 fingering strands together and there you go. Yes, I like these. So let's put that away. I have one more finished object, but I was thinking to show it to you or not to show it to you, because I'm gonna frog it. I will show it to you anyways, because I knit a sweater in 3 days and then I ruined it. It's my own damn stupid fault. Yeah, I already flashed it here. I ruined it. Lento. What is it with me saying lento? Lento by Jonna Hietala. I knit it with my hand spun and some neon, and the hand spun bled. You can see there is a stain here and stain here, and when I spun it and then I dipped it in the, I did my hand spun. It was a mixed fiber bag by a very popular dyer, and then when I was spinning it I already felt that some of the colors have way too much dye on them. Then I tried, when the yarn was ready, I was dipping it in water and it was still running pink and pink and pink, and when it was like pale pink I gave up on it, not to felt the yarn. I was just, okay, it's gonna be fine. And I knit a sweater with it, and then I dipped it in water to block it, and it wasn't fine. Instead of a pale pink, it gave me deep red color. I had that rag that collects the dye, and it bled anyways. I pulled it out very quickly. I didn't have any wool wash in it, just cold water, and the yarn was still bleeding. It's my own damn stupid fault. I had a feeling it might happen, and now I have promised myself only to buy fiber from the people who are spinners themselves, because it would never happen. You don't put that amount of dye on a fiber. Yeah, you can see there it has bled into my neon yellow and turned it orange. At first I thought, okay, I don't care, this is just gonna be my home sweater. But it's so nice and I love it so much. I have put so much effort. Yeah, there is one more stain on the back. I tried to get them out and I couldn't. That dye just soaked in. I almost cried over it, but then my husband said, no, what? It's just a sweater. He was like, do you want me to frog it for you so you could read it and have fun again with that yarn? It's like, he calls it when I'm frogging something, he calls it very well used yarn. You get to enjoy it twice or maybe 3 times. And I was like, okay. He promised to frog it for me. That's love. That's love, I tell you. Also, knitting socks for your spouse or a partner is love. But I think true love is fingering weight. I only knit DK. We've been together for almost 16 years. So just kidding. He has a lot of fingering weight socks. But yeah, knitting somebody fingering weight socks is love. Especially in larger sizes. But yeah, love is frogging a sweater for somebody. Luckily, I did not cut yarn in between. So it will be just 3 balls of each. Like, it's only, yeah, two little balls for the sleeves and then 1 big ball for the body. And then I'm gonna re-knit it and take the ruined bits out. because I really want this sweater, not as a home sweater. It's so lovely. It's absolutely wonderful. And I love my handspun, and I don't want it to go to waste. But I think if not for this stain on the stomach, it wouldn't bother me as much. Okay, this bothers me as well on the sleeve. Yeah, this red one is still bleeding. I don't know in what do I need to soak that handspun. What will I learn? I always think, yeah, it's gonna be all right. No, sometimes this happens. This happens. Even when you have all the experience and all the knowledge, it still happens sometimes. And I was like, okay, it's not gonna bleed. I do have a few other yarns that I have used that still keep bleeding after, I don't know, 10 washes, they are still bleeding. Something is not all right there. Upset, but I think I learned my lesson. Or not, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, not gonna cry over it. We'll just re-knit it, because this took me 3 days to knit. Giant needles. I used even bigger needles than in the pattern because I have a thicker yarn. And it's so fun. Yeah, the first time I ripped it back because I did not want to put mohair over my handspun. My first version had mohair over it, and yeah. So I'm gonna re-knit it. No regrets. All good, all good. I think I'll just skein that handspun and give it a good soak with something nasty. Some wool soap to get all of it out. I don't know how. If it keeps bleeding, then I'm just gonna take the pink out and replace it with something from my handspun shelf. Here is my handspun shelf. I have pinks. I have pinks here. Oh, this is from Fiber Advent, from not this last Christmas, but one before, from Lovely Cat from Lake House Mood in Germany, and it was so lovely. And I have another little package from Kat. She sent me last year to cheer me up. I have a bit of fiber that I want to spin up for another very special sweater. But I decided that I want to use it as a countdown for something. Some event. Some event in my life. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. I'm digressing. But if I need to take this pink out, I have a lot of things to replace it with. And yeah. You live and learn. Sometimes you just hope for the best, and when that, I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely frogging this because it's too good of a sweater to be a home sweater. So yeah. Actually, my hubby is frogging it for me. I think I'm talking in a loop. So we will get back to it sometime later. So those are all my finished objects, nothing else. Nothing else finished. Then I've been working on a couple of mending projects while being at home with kids. I mended some toys, I mended some socks, I re-knit a ribbing on my first lento because it was too tight. I felt like my bottom ribbing the bind off was too tight, so I took it apart and now it's just lovely. I just need to reblock it. Maybe it's time to wash this. This is my very first lento that I knit. It's just with white fingering weight merino with a strand of unicorn mohair, like a soft cotton candy mohair. That my own. Ooh, I love the drape on this thing. Yeah, just wanted to show you that sometimes I mend things. I have a couple of other sweaters that I wanna. On one I wanna take the whole ribbing out and re-knit it, but I could show them when I'm doing that. And on the other one, I think I want the slightly longer sleeves. So sometimes, yeah, you finish a project and it's okay to wear it, and then if something does not feel right, you can always fix it if you have yarn left. And I do. I always keep a little bits of yarn just in case. Just in case. So should we go to the whips? should we go to the whips? And I have 2 active whips right now that I will be showing to you today. I also have blankets, but I'm not gonna show blankets. There is nothing much happening. This thing is a vest. I started the vest to go with the dress that my mom got me for Christmas. If you're a returning viewer, you know the story. And here it is. It's actually almost done, except I'm ripping it back a little bit because I tried it on and it felt too long for that dress. Okay, first things first, the pattern. The pattern that I decided to use for this is vest number 2 spring edition by My Favorite Things. That was not on Ravelry, that was on their own website. That's where I purchased the pattern. And I knit mine using Yellow Soria. I have a label. I even happen to have a label. Yellow is a Finnish yarn dyer, except this is not dyed. This is a natural color, and it's Soria. It's a lovely... What am I showing to you? I don't know what I'm showing to you. It's a lovely Finnish sheep wool, and it's very thin. It's 560 meters per 100 grams, so I'm holding it double. I even made a swatch this time. Do I swatch? Yes, I swatch. If it's a new yarn, or I need to get a certain gauge, or I want to try things out. So I swatched 4.5mm needles, 4mm needles, and here it's with mohair. And I really loved this, but then I decided not to go with it because I wanted to use maximum amount of this yarn. So I went with this middle swatch, which is 4mm needles, and here we are. It's almost ready. It's a very deep V-neck because my dress has a bit interesting, unusual neckline. Yeah. And I tried it on earlier and it's too long. It feels like it's too long. It's gonna be a cropped vest. First I thought, okay, I'll make it full length so I could wear it with other things. But then I went into my closet and I looked at my wardrobe and I don't have anything else that I could wear with this vest. I'm making it just to be worn with that one dress. So no point of making it longer because this is a vest for that specific dress. So I'm gonna take it back to this marker and just knit ribbing after the marker. Yeah, just taking some 5 centimeters off it because too long. It was not sitting well. It was making me look frumpy. Yeah, it was not hitting in the right place. And I already did the ribbing on, yeah, I did the ribbing around the armholes and around the neck so I could try it on and see the fit. And also that's all the yarn that I have. Yeah, it's not much because I'm taking it from both ends, from the inside and from outside. I don't know, this is probably like maybe 20 grams left. Yeah, and I bothered. This time I bothered to do the Italian bind off. I thought it was worth of it, just for a nice finishing touch. Often I don't bother, but this time it felt like it needs to be done. It's a sewn Italian bind off that I used here. It has very beautiful shoulder. It's a good pattern. It's a good pattern. It fits very nicely and I love it. And the yarn will soften significantly after washing. I don't know, can you? I can see the difference. It's like, it's more relaxed and it's fluffier and it's much softer. And this is a single ply. It's already as soft as it gets for Finnish sheep wool. It's lovely. It's not toothy at all, in my opinion. Yeah, I need to check time because I need to pick the kiddo from school, and then we will go to town. So yeah, this is almost ready. It will definitely be ready by the next time we're talking here. Okay, I'll put it here. You can see my messy table. Doesn't matter, does it? Okay, and then I have another whip that I started yesterday because our little one. Our kiddo's birthday was at the end of the January, our big kiddos. And our little one saw the hat that I knit for our son, and she wanted the same hat. I knit a Musselburgh hat. I'm all the time thinking how to pronounce it, Musselburgh. Yeah, hat. And I've been practicing. Yeah, she came to my yarn shelf and she pointed at the yarn that she wants. She wanted this, and then she pointed at this, which is a mohair, but color. She wants this color. She picked a yarn, this self-striping ball by Rova Finnish yarn dyer. Sirpa had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Sirpa, if you're watching. Always 18 or 21, always 21, right? Us girls. Yeah, this I picked it last summer in Jyväskylä during the Yarn Fest, obsessed with this color, and our little one just came here and pointed that she wants that, and then she wants this. This is a mohair, but I should have a leftover somewhere of this in merino weight because I used same color for the border on her Cozy Memories blanket. Except I have a feeling that I put it in my Marled Mania leggings. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Do I have a leftover somewhere? I've been trying to look and I can't find it. I think I used it up already. So I need to dye up some yarn for the other half of her Musselburgh hat. I started this last night. She was very pushy. She wants a hat, and it's knitting into a microstripe because of the amount of stitches, yeah, which is absolutely lovely. I love it. I'm not far along, but you get the idea. And then I also realized that I'm knitting this on a smaller needle than I knit the hat for our son because I felt like I want a bit tighter gauge, just a bit. So I'm knitting on 2.5, and what I realized that I don't have 2.5 millimeter needles with the 40 centimeter cable. Need to put that on my shopping list. Yeah, I thought I have that, but turns out I don't, because where would I need them? I could not figure it out. But if I'm gonna be knitting more of these hats, I need them. So I will be buying myself a pair of circulars, of fixed circulars. This is lovely, isn't it? Yes, so that's my another whip, and I don't have other whips. Sorry if I'm turning. I'm on my twisty chair. I'm on my twisty chair, and it makes me turn. Ooh, one more thing that I made yesterday evening. I was sitting and I was thinking that I don't feel like knitting much. I want to do something, and I made a bunch of crazy tassels. They still need to be trimmed. Oops. Can you guess where I'm putting these? Where I'm putting these crazy things? I'm putting them on my twists and turns shawl, because I have not taken proper pictures of this. I finished it long time ago. I finished it in autumn, but I have not photographed it because I still have markers here attached where I wanted to put tassels. And now I finally made these insane tassels, and I'll attach them, and it's gonna be done. It's gonna be done and dusted. And I used all sorts of weird treasures from my stash. You can see it. There's like a unicorn tinsel in there. A unicorn colored fishing wire. Yeah, it feels like, I don't know what is that thing. And then there is some sequin yarn, and then there is some weird, very vintage, like mohair, which felt so icky and squeaky in a ball. I wanted to get rid of it. I put it in my donation pile, but then I pulled it out, and I used almost all of it in these tassels. It's very weird. It's squeaky and icky, but in a tassel it gives it the nice volume, and it's absolutely lovely. Then I used all kind of little bits with sequins, and then I put this insane diadem glitterata that I inherited from my husband's grandmother. I don't know where did she use it, but I used it in a tassel. It's a unicorn. It's like polyester and polyamide, like a metallic looking thread, but it's all just plastic. Very thin. Vintage. It's all vintage. And I wanted some good looking tassels because this is a bit too calm for a Stephen West shawl. It needed a little something. So I need to trim them and then attach them down here, and then we're done. Just wanted to share this with you. Yes, that's my Twists and Turns by Stephen West. Okay, what else? Happy Mail. I have not been buying anything because I've been at home, but I got a Happy Mail from Angela in Germany. Thank you, Angela. It was lovely. She sent a lot of really cool things for the kids, which kept them very much entertained. It was good, and she sent me this. It's a lovely unspun in a beautiful, beautiful color. I have wanted to try this forever, and now I have. It's by Wool Makers, and no, by Wool Dreamers. Why am I saying makers? Yeah, I don't know. And this is so lovely. And then they're in a package with also a little notions pouch. They go together very well from felt. I love this shape because it keeps up. You can put a lot of cute things in there. I got cute tiny scissors, tube with some darning needles, and beautiful, beautiful stitch markers that Angela made me. I'll show you a few. There is a unicorn. Is it focusing? I hope it is focusing. And then some crystals. I think this is a Swarovski crystal. It really feels like. A little pink moon. Sophia might claim that. And then a little chili pepper. A little glass chili pepper. I hope it's focusing. So, lovely, lovely stitch markers. Thank you, Angela. Then there was some candy, marzipan for me, black candy, black icky tasting candy. We love it in this house. All kind of icky tasting candy we love. My husband is obsessed with that. And then lots of really cool things for the kids. So thank you so much. It was great surprise. Yeah. So what else? I'll tell you what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing my Maire dress by Veera Välimäki. The pattern is in her book Stripes. You can't see it, can you? It's there on my Linus shelf. I have a dedicated Linus shelf. Yeah, and yesterday Veera posted on her Instagram that she would like to... She's thinking about starting a Maire knit along, and I'm so tempted to join because I've been living in this dress throughout winter. I love it so much, and I would like one for home. I would like in the same shape, but maybe a bit different colors, happier. I could maybe make a scrappy Maire for home. Yeah, maybe not this light and not this nice. I mean the yarn. I could maybe make a scrappy Maire for myself. Did not plan to knit a dress. I have a lot of other things that I need to do, but I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. I'm just going with the feeling, and I knit whatever I want. I forgot to mention, you can find me on Instagram as Kettoknits and Ravelry as Kettoknits and everywhere as Kettoknits. Yeah, and now I'm thinking about scrappy Maire. Or maybe not entirely scrappy, I don't know, but definitely from my stash. I've been doing very well. I'm recording my yarn incomings and outgoings. I'm not on the yarn buying ban. That's just ridiculous and unrealistic. I'm a grown ass woman. I can control my shopping urges, and I don't have to put restrictions on myself. So I'm not on a yarn diet. I'm not on a yarn ban. If I want to buy yarn, I can, but the main thing is that it would be less than I knit up. So I need to be very quick knitting up, knitting up all the yarn. So yeah, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, if I knit up more than I buy, that's all good. Or get as a gift. Get as a gift. Yeah, that's also goes into incoming. Yeah, what else? I'm also taking part into fiber. Give me a second. Fiber. Fiber. I can't say that. February. There you go. Challenge on Instagram, and you post there is a list of themes for every day, and you post a picture related to that topic every day. And so far I have been posting every day, even when very, very unwell. I still have managed to post something. Yeah, just before the midnight. Yeah. So should we go to knit and chat? Because why am I sitting and not knitting? Horrible, horrible, unacceptable. Unacceptable. Sitting and not knitting. I could knit on this while talking to you on my Musselburgh. Look, I'm better at saying that. Musselburgh. Yes. Let's knit on that, and I need to go pick up kiddo soon. Let's quickly do a knit and chat. So, one more thing I wanted to tell you, that a lot of people have been asking from me, why don't you have a Patreon account? And guess what? Now I do. I finally had time to put it together. There is nothing in there yet, nothing much, just introduction. But if you would like to support me, you can join my Patreon. You're very welcome to join my Patreon. You can find me there as Finnish Knitting Stories. And there will be some extra content and some other fun things. And yes, so there are many different ways you can support this channel, and now there is a new way. And what made me do it is the amount of scammers here on YouTube. It's been ridiculously upsetting, because now there is another scam. I want to be honest, yeah, I have a monetization on some of my videos on YouTube, but I don't get a lot of money from YouTube. I don't do this for money. This is not I don't do this for a living. I do this for fun. I don't try to sell anything to you. I just sit here and talk about my crafts. And I get some amount of money from YouTube, not much. Could not live on that. It's just like barely enough to pay for like editing software that I use for this. And now there is a new scam that some lovely people, they go and they claim rights on a music, for example, you have used in your video. And if you don't answer that claim on time, if you don't argue with them, they don't own the rights on the music. It's just random scammers. They get your advertising revenues, which are already ridiculously small, but still, if you like don't catch it on time, they get the money and you get nothing. Yeah, I use the music that comes with my editing software. It's a paid software, so it's a royalty-free music that's included with that software. And I know for sure that bullshit. Yeah, that all those claims are fake, and I've been getting them a lot, and it has taken a lot of my time just to deal with that. It's ridiculous what people will go through, and yeah, so it's been upsetting me, and that's why I made a Patreon also as a backup where you could connect with me. I'm not leaving YouTube. Still will be episodes on YouTube, and Patreon is just another channel where I will be posting as well. Yeah, so scammers. And then there have been more scammy comments under my videos and under other makers' videos. It's ridiculous, and people are scamming on Instagram, and Always check who's contacting you, please. Don't give out any details. None of the makers would ever ask for your credit card details or bank details or anything like that. Never. And if we have giveaways, like if I have a giveaway, I will always announce the winner in the video. I will not like contact you. You will have to contact me. Yeah. Speaking of which, we will be having a giveaway very soon. Yeah, and I'm still thinking about it. But yes. Yes. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for the scammers. They are not nice people, and they are just abusing everybody who tries to do something else. Something fun or creative, or yeah, just be careful with whom you share your details. Yeah, so let's talk about life. Not last weekend, but one before, we celebrated our kiddo's birthday. We made his wish come true. He wished for a fun day with his friends. So we rented him a parkour hall. We have a parkour hall. It's nothing fancy. It's like, yeah, it's basically beaten up place with all kinds of trampolines and stuff, and you can rent it for birthdays. We thought, no, what's better for 8 to 9-year-olds to get their energy out? And there is a room where you can set up snacks and stuff like that. So we rented that for him, and he invited a whole bunch of his friends. There was also a trainer, like an adult, who was showing them the tricks and guiding them through like obstacle courses, and yeah, they had a blast. And grandma made no, it wasn't a dinosaur. It was dragon cake, a green dragon cake. It was fun. I will insert the cake because that my husband's mother, my mother-in-law, she's very good at baking, and her cakes are the best, and she always makes all the birthday cakes in around here. Sometimes I make some, but yeah, she's like the master. Yeah, she has worked her whole life in the kitchen at the hospital, but baking is I think that's her true passion. Like, that's her strong side, absolutely. So she made this fabulous dragon cake. Yes, it's a dragon. Somebody said it's a crocodile, but it was not a crocodile. Yeah, one of the kids said it was clearly a dragon. And she used the green marzipan, which in my opinion, tastes the best. I love the green marzipan. It was delicious. Yeah, so kids had a blast. Our son was very happy, and he got to spend the day with his friends, and it was a lot of fun. And then on Monday, our little one felt unwell, and I had to stay home with her. She had a fever, she was vomiting, and yeah, all the fun stuff. And then by the end of the week, I was not doing that great either, and I was unwell whole last weekend. That's why there was no episode, and yeah. I don't know what we caught. It was some horrible bug. First I thought, oh no, it's the virus that starts with C, because I had awful muscle pain and headache and fever, but that was not it, because we all got tested multiple times. I got tested multiple times in the beginning and in the end, and everything was negative. It was some other horrible virus that we caught from somewhere. And it feels like everybody around is sick right now. There are all kind of noroviruses and whatever else you can imagine going around, and influenza, and it's the weather, because it's like it's goes to minus, then it goes to plus Celsius, and yeah, perfect time for viruses. Okay, that rant over. Not gonna go into detail, but a couple of days I felt like I'm gonna die here now. I was so miserable, and it was so bad that I couldn't even knit, but I'm good. I'm good now. All good. All past. And what else did I want to share? I don't know. Oh yeah, I still have not recorded my whip episode. I was supposed to do that last week, but didn't happen because of these very same reasons. And I'm gonna do that. Whenever I have a moment, I'm gonna record a very nice whip episode for you. And I've been trying also to slowly go through my whips, and I've decided, what if I take one of them and just work on one of them at a time on a side for that one a month. Then maybe I would get it ready. Like, I have these, my active whips, and then I could take one of my older whips. Technically, they are almost UFOs, unfinished objects, but I count them as whips because I'm still gonna work on them. Everything I'm not gonna work has been already frogged. So, that's there. A lot of you want pigs with wigs, knit along, make along, because crochet is fine as well. I saw already a couple of cute little piggies popping up on Instagram, and I don't know, we could just do it. I need to figure out a hashtag. Let me think about it. I have not had time to think about it. Let's figure out the hashtag. If you have a good hashtag idea, put it in the comments down below, so that we could use for our piggy make along. Yeah, I talked about it last time. I don't think there is anything else. Piggies. Yeah, frog make along would be fun as well, because I want to do a frog. I want to do a frog, pig and frog, by Claire Garland. The little fun little frog with legs and arms, and I'm obsessed with those. I made Sophia a mouse by the same designer for her birthday, and now Mouse lives in a house, and I think frog would be awesome as well. Anyways, yeah, I think I need to run now to pick the kiddo from school, and I was very happy to sit down and talk to you. Sorry for missing, but I had a good excuse. I'm still a bit pale in the face, but I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm gonna go now, and thank you very much for being here. Thank you for all the lovely comments and messages, and for your support and love, because a fibery, yarny, knitty community is, I think, one of the best out there. I will keep saying that, because that is true. Yeah, so I'm gonna run now and start our weekend, and I'm wishing you all a wonderful weekend. It was once again, it was very nice to be here with you. I'm in a loop today. Okay, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and I will see you hopefully next week. Hopefully nothing happens and everybody is well, and I'm almost out of the door. 1 foot out of the door already. Okay, I will see you very, very soon, and take care and stay safe and stay well. Don't get sick like me, and heippa!